Hi, welcome. We've just installed Herbstluftwm and we're going to log into the system. This is LightDM, if you were wondering. And up here you have always the choice to choose between desktops if you decide to install more than one. So we log in to the system. So LightDM is passing it on to your desktop, whatever is behind it. And then it's the matter of choice. I mean, in that sense that we have a Ctrl-Alt-T and we have here ArcoLinux B as installation ISO. There is also the possibility to do an ArcoLinux D, which is a very minimal ISO. It's all black, and then you start making your own scripts and making them yourself, your personalized script. We have our scripts on ArcoLinux D GitHub, but the goal there is that you re-edit them, change them, and install anything you would like. The topic of this video is, as you see up here, making sure you're up to date, because if you install from ArcoLinux B, you're gonna be not up to date. Even in ArcoLinux D, there needs to be an update when you start, but that's something else. ArcoLinux B is of course a complete set of all kinds of software like Firefox, Vivaldi, GIMP, Inkscape. This is the full version. There's also a minimal version, and if you would like, you can make your own bare version. It does not matter. It's a Lego puzzle. You just choose the pieces of your Lego and play with it. That's basically what I would like people to do. All right, so updating this thing, we do an update, all right, and you get these nice 3 rules. We've seen them often enough, and you see a bunch of stuff. You read them. I know, I understand that it's complex, and you say, I don't get this, but over time, 1, 2, 3 years of ArcoLinux / ArcoLinux, you get all these things, and you recognize the pieces of your puzzle, of your Lego, and then things become more and more clear. So one of the things I'm always looking out for is systemd and Linux. Those guys need, well, when I see those guys, here is one, Linux 5.3.5. When you see one of those guys, I always intend, or I'm always going to reboot and let the new Linux kernel kick in and see everything is working. So we wait for this update. This is what we're doing now, is an ArcoLinux, and here you see also an ArcoLinux update, and here's another one, an ArcoLinux update. So this is ArcoLinux and ArcoLinux. For people who are new to ArcoLinux, so we are an ArcoLinux based system, 90% is Arch, and let's say 10% or so is from AOR and is from ourselves, ArcoLinux. Let's wait for this to update. All right, so that's installed. Next up, well, there are some commands you need to know and learn and look for on the ArcoLinux websites, because they're important, and this is one of them, update. The next one is the skel commands. The skel command is going to copy paste everything from your etc skel to your system. So if there's anything new in configuration wise, that's taken care of. Another command that's important is upall. And upall, if you run it in this sequence, first update and then upall, you'll get all the updates from AOR. So AOR, these 3 letters up here, Arch User Repository, means that we're getting, in this case, let's have a look if we can find it out, we get here a file from Ubuntu. Okay, so the information is coming from everywhere on the net. It's Linux, right? But it is RPM, it's zip, it's git, it can be tar.gz, it can be anything, coming from all kinds of distributions and so on. And it's going to be repacked so that we can use it on Arch. That's AOR. So that's done. At this point in time, my system is up to date. But let's be complete. There are other commands that are important for you to take a look at, and that's the command backup skel, which is an interesting one. Backup skel with a Ctrl-H is going to copy paste your content of the current SCL that you have now. After all these updates, these are the things that well, Herbstluftwm and all our ArcoLinux ISOs rely on. This is the personal setting with your personal bash, RC, and so on. So that's an interesting concept to have a look at the command or the alias backup SCL. And there's one more that's important, cb. So copy the bash is going to copy the content of this one in here and even take care of the one in etc SCL. So that's the one in here. Put this guy over there. That's a good place to always have a quick look what changed, etc SCL. SuperQ is going to quit this window, and for me, we're up to date, so the only thing you need to do is sudo reboot. My ISO is still in my virtual machine, so I'm going to choose OS. And there we are. So we are up to date. The kernel is up here, 5.3.5. Control T. Here it is again. And this is all working great. Take a look at the memory. Doesn't really consume a lot at this point in time. All right, see you next video.